Creating a believable and visually appealing coastline is one of the most important things when you are making your world in Worldpainter. And as you can see, these are just some areas that I've made myself. But there are a couple of general rules you should have. Alright, so let's just start by making a new world here. I'm just going to say that it makes it a lot easier to draw what you want to make beforehand. It definitely helps in how you want the world to look. Secondly, I also definitely suggest going onto Google Earth or something and looking around at coastlines and formations of the world today, especially if you want to make geographically accurate maps. But we have our world here. First, I better tell you about the different tools. We've got the height tool, the flatten tool, the smooth tool, all this. First, you want to select your height tool and you want to right click. Let's crank up that intensity. Right click. So let's say we're going to have a coastline for this. Now, that's not looking all too bad already, but let's try and spice it up, especially down in the ocean. We don't want it to look too smooth. Looking too smooth is definitely an issue. But keep in mind, like 90% of the time, no one sees the ocean, so the ocean really doesn't matter. Now getting onto the land, let's try and make some interesting formations here. So we'll maybe try and get like a peninsula or something jutting out here. Once again, that'll all be smoothed later. Okay, so the coastline's looking a bit complex already. Now that's good. Keep in mind, you want to now get some areas that you're going to want to make a bit flatter. These are going to be your beaches. So you're going to want to use this tool. You want to crank down the intensity a bit. And you just want to try and smoothen them out. So an area like this would be good for beach. So you see it goes from 70 and now down to the water height, which is 62. That's a bit high, so I'm just going to smoothen it out a bit more. And then we can see it goes down a bit more gradually. You want your beaches to exist in little coves. So areas where it would make sense, like long stretches of coastline and coves. So here, for example. Now, keep in mind you want some areas that are rough so that you can do your stony shores. Once again, we've got this brush here. Let's say I want this area to be quite stony, and we can see how it looks later, but then we can make them stony shores when we move on to our later steps. Let's just get a view of how it looks. Show 3D view. And you can see the map isn't looking too bad already. We can see all the areas that we made flatter for our beaches, like here, here as well, and here. If you want to make them flatter, go ahead. I like my beaches pretty small, but if you want larger beaches, then go right ahead. Now, thank you for watching this first tutorial for Worldpainter. Now, the next tutorial is coming up with terrain features. So go and watch that one.